out, you guys.
I don't know what you saw. we're newbies. We're newbies, but we figured it out. We're back.
Thanks for bearing with us.
We just had I was on a good rant. I don't even remember where I ended. But we were doing the game. I'm gonna do one last question, but I have a question because as I do remember, as I was ranting about how talking is helpful, hearing yourself, having friends that listen to you, having friends that listen to you over and over and over again about the same thing until you figure it out.
Yeah.
Which in turn helps. So we want you involved in this too. It's very good. So
email us seriouslysir2@gmail.com.
Yeah, and we can pick up on it next week. But as she mentioned, Crystal, my roommate, we talk every morning. If she's up when I get home, we'll talk again. And it's almost like girl therapy like we're having right now every day of our lives, which is so helpful. We see each other at work every day. We get a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I was saying, we had this conversation, and it's something I thought of on my own. But until she and I spoke, did I really have the aha moment? And she did too. So I was driving one day, couple of years ago, and I was going down the list of all the qualities that I'm looking for in my person.
Okay.
And I went down this list and I was like, ooh, that's kind of a lot. And then I said, no, Amy, that's a good human. I'm looking for a good human, which, you can put a lot of good qualities in a good human. It wasn't anything extravagant. And she said the same thing. She's done her list. And then I asked her.
I have a list. It's tucked away in my Bible.
We all have a list.
In the actually, I tucked it away in my Bible in the passage that has to do with marriage.
Great manifestation.
It's like in that same page.
That's a great
on
manifestation.
a lined paper. Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I'm going to ask you. My question is: if
Okay.
you go down that list, does it mirror who you are?
I'd say yes and no. Because a lot of it does, but some are specific to male qualities.
Fair.
And I'm not a male, so those qualities.
Not that you've
No,
mentioned.
those are mirror me.
I'd be quite surprised
But
if you
in
were.
regards to just as a human being, some of the qualities are be kind, be goal-oriented, be self-motivating, believe in a higher power, right? Like God. Be family-oriented. In those regards, yes, a lot of the list does mirror who I am as a human.
Yeah, I think my aha moment in talking about that, I think that was this morning. It might have been this morning because she was saying I have this huge list too, and I sometimes think will I ever find that person that's all of these things? And that's when I said, well, mine is basically mirroring who I am, and I really just want someone to match what I'm willing to give at the very least.
Right.
Obviously, we want some differences.
Right.
Absolutely. And I need a person who's kind of just a little bit of everything. And I sometimes think oh my gosh, I'm kind of asking for a lot. You need to be blah, 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 blah. But I exist.
Well, yeah.
Which means my person exists. And she kind of sighed oh my God, okay, I'm not asking for too much. I'm no, you're asking for someone who's going to give back what you're willing to give. Because I always tell a man, if you treat me right, I'm going to treat you better. That's my nature. Going way back to the beginning
that's how I am
of
too.
this, with the whole, no, I'm not going to pamper you, sir. No, not right away. You show me as soon as you get me in my...
you want to take care of me.
As soon as you put me into my feminine energy and make me feel calm and safe.
Same.
Mrs. Cleaver, whatever the hell her name will come out. I swear to God, I'll make your lunch. I'll do the things, but I need it reciprocated. I'm not used to having that. But my question was that because Crystal was oh my God, it does mirror me. And I said, so when you're asking, are you asking for too much? No, you're not. Was our aha moment this morning.
Yeah, I don't think that I mean, to me it's if you're asking someone that, I don't know, I'm just construction worker, right, to make over 100 grand a year and be able to provide for 4 kids, like, that's asking too much. That's literally not a realistic expectation of somebody.
That was actually another thing that we discussed was financial stability. You know, in my history, like my past, like none of that really mattered to me as long as we had a connection and all the things. But as I've grown and gone through a bunch, you know, someone said to me, they should meet you. They should match you at the very least, not be beneath you, which I don't judge, but the more that I've learned, it comes down to not how much they make, but how do they manage their money?
I was just going to say that too.
It's
I was
managing
going to
money
say,
and responsibility.
right. I was just going to say, someone can make less than you, but if they're good at managing that money where they're not necessarily living quote unquote paycheck to paycheck,
Well,
that still could be someone that is good for you.
Absolutely, because it's from money's never meant anything to me. I can make my own money.
But you just don't want to be with someone that doesn't know how to manage their money, and then you're taking care of that.
Well, we don't want that, but it's a reflection of their character as well. Because like I'm a very free spirit, and I've met free spirits out of the male perspective, and I feel like I'm a responsible free spirit. I need a responsible.
I feel the same way. Like I'm very free spirited. I'm very regimented with certain things, but I'm also like I love the moments where I can just like Sunday. Like I know we're going to a motorcycle ride. I don't know what time. I don't know what we're doing with that. Like it allows my free spirit self to just kind of like go with the flow. Like wherever the wind takes me that day, we'll go. Like fine. But I also like know that like I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. So like I manage my money accordingly.
But that's my point. Is that you're not living paycheck to paycheck looking for a man who doesn't live paycheck to paycheck. Right. You're looking for someone who matches your way of managing money.
Right.
And your lifestyle. You're not looking for necessarily more.
No.
I mean, if they have more, they have more. But
my
it's
reality
not a deal
is like
breaker.
I can support the lifestyle that I like to live, right? And so I want someone that can support the lifestyle that they like to live that is a similar, if not better, lifestyle than what I
That's
live.
my point. That's my point.
And I think that goes back to compatibility, right? Like you can have what I've learned over the years is you can have all this chemistry with someone, but if you aren't compatible in regards to money, religion, family,
lifestyle. There's people that want to travel. There's people that don't want to leave their town.
Like if you're not compatible with the other big things, it doesn't. And I am speaking from experience, y'all. I was with someone for 8 years and like loved him so unconditionally. Y'all have no idea. But we were not compatible. And I started to build a lot of resentment because I didn't feel like I was getting the things out of life that I really wanted to have because we just were not compatible with those things. We didn't want the same thing. Yeah. In regards to life.
Sometimes love is not enough. Most of the time, love is not enough. We have to start looking at compatibility. And it comes down to that. And that was a hard pill for me to swallow because I've never cared about money. I just never did as long as I'm a good human. But it does
play a factor in regards to
I'm still single. So yeah, there goes the whole thing. Like love is not enough. And it's not about money, but it's about management. It's about compatibility. It's about lifestyle. Because someone who's willing to blow out their money, that's the lifestyle they're going to live. Like that's not where I'm going.
And what I've also learned in that is like just because he, right, like did live paycheck to paycheck and he was comfortable with that. He was happy with his lifestyle. Like he didn't see a problem with it. And the reality is like there's not really a problem with it. No. Right? Like he's not doing anything wrong and I wasn't doing anything wrong. We just weren't compatible. And we would get in a lot of arguments in regards to money, but also a lot of other things. We just want the same things in life. But like the reality is like Love is a big factor in who you choose to spend your life with, but these other big components of compatibility are also so important because you don't want to be resentful because you aren't getting the things that you want because you're not compatible.
The money thing is huge, and I'll tell you that my ex-mother-in-law, God rest her soul, miss her, said to me super early in my relationship when we were just dating and living together. And she said, if there's one thing that's going to ruin a good thing, it's money. So we managed our money very, very well together, me and my ex-husband, because of her. She said that. Like, we split everything. And we'd go out to dinner, we'd split. And there was a guy one time was like, oh, you guys were married. We're like, we are. But that's just how we did things in the beginning. And it just kept everything fair. And like later on, because like, I became a hairdresser and I was making tips and he was in a band and he would make his gig money and I'd be like, okay, we're gonna like split our bills. What you have, what I have, outside of that, you can save, blow, like whatever. In the end, it became a problem because I was a saver and he was gonna blow his money. So like when it came time to vacations and things like that,
he didn't have it.
I was doing all that, and then I became resentful. So money is a big factor, and management of money. Let me just rephrase: management of money and lifestyle is a big factor. But money,
and not that you have to manage it the way we would. It's just find someone that you're compatible with.
I think I'm talking so much about this is a new thing for me. Like I have to think about it. Where before I just was like, I don't need to think about that because I don't care. But now I realize I'm like, I'm not looking for a freaking sugar daddy. I'm just looking for someone compatible,
right,
in moving forward in the lifestyle that I want to live.
Same.
Yeah. And I'm working hard for what I want, and I'm living it. And if I'm not living it to its fullest, I'm working towards that. And I need someone with that drive.
Yes, agreed. She's back.
She's back. She wants her other snack. So, thank you for joining us on our first wild live.
Sorry there was an interruption.
It will get better.
We'll learn as we go, you guys.
We're just being real. We're real. So if you enjoyed this, I mean, let us know if you enjoyed it live. And if you want to reach out on any of our platforms.
We do have two others. We have a TikTok, seriously.sir. So our TikTok is seriously.sir. And then we also have an Instagram, seriouslysir2, which is just like the email, seriouslysir2, TOO. And again, if you want to contact us or give us any feedback or stories we can share on here, our email is seriouslysir2, TOO, seriouslysir2@gmail.com. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you all next week. Bye.
Peace.